Hello guys, this is Jorge with Access Auto once again, and today I'm going to show you guys how to check piston to cylinder wall clearance using a bore gauge, a micrometer, in this case a 75 to 100 millimeter micrometer, and of course a piston out of a cylinder. So the first thing you want to do is you want to have your measuring components, especially a micrometer, sitting at the same temperature in which you've had your engine internal component, your piston. Same temperature that your piston's been sitting at for maybe half an hour to an hour or so. That way you don't have a piston that's warm or a micrometer that's cold or vice versa. Everything's more or less the same temperature. It makes everything super easy. So the first thing you want to do is you want to calibrate your micrometer, make sure it's all set up using these little tools that come in the kit. This is the specific kit that I'm using today. It's made by Fowler. It's pretty much the only company I trust when making internal engine component measurements. That's the part number right there. And then I'm using this bore gauge here, which is also made by Fowler. Right, comes with all these different adapters for different bores. In our case today, we're using 87 millimeters, so I'm using the 85 pin, and then I added 3 millimeters to get us to 88, and that's fine. So, and this is the micrometer set. Comes with 3 micrometers, pretty much covers everything from 25 to 50 millimeters, 50 to 75 millimeters, and then 75 to 100 millimeters in this kit. So back to what we're doing today. So pretty much once you make sure that your caliper is calibrated, in this case I've done this previously. There's another video on that on the channel that I'll show you guys. So once you have it calibrated using these tools here, which you guys can check the other video out to see how that's done. What you're going to do is you're going to go to your piston, right? And you're going to measure, right? You're going to measure the diameter of the piston halfway down the skirt here, right? And in my case, I pre-measured this already. So pretty much the measurement that I got is 86.95 millimeters. If you guys want to, again, check out the other video I have on how to use the micrometer, how to calibrate it, set it up, and read it. So 86.95 millimeters is what I have there. So what I'll do is you'll lock the micrometer there at 86.95, because you know that's the diameter of your piston. And what you'll do is you'll insert your bore gauge into the micrometer, like so, right? And what you're going to do is, obviously I'm having difficulty doing this here because I only have one hand and I don't have my okay, perfect. So once you get your bore gauge in here, right, what you want to do is you want to zero it out. This is incorrect. Okay, perfect. So yeah, so pretty much what you want to do is you want to get it in here, get it zeroed out, so that at the exact diameter of where you set your micrometer at, the dial indicator reads 0. So you want it to read 0, right? When it's sitting in the micrometer. Now, once you get it there, I'm going to show you now what you do with your engine block. Okay, so here I have an engine block for a BMW M3 with a bore of, the spec on the bore is 87 millimeters. As you guys saw, the piston diameter for cylinder number 6 that I had was 86.95 millimeters, and I've zeroed my dial indicator bore gauge at 86.95. So anything that now the bore gauge reads above that tells me exactly what the bore is. And normally what you do is you check the bore at 6 different locations. So you check it like X, right? So you check it just as the piston skirts make contact, which is there, right? So you check it that way at the top, at the middle, and at the bottom. And then you come back out and you check it across to that, 90 degrees to that. And you check it top, middle, and bottom. And what that's going to do is it's going to give you an idea of what kind of out of round you have in the cylinder. and it'll give you an indication of the taper that you have in the cylinder as well. So in this case, I'll go ahead and just put this in here. And we are about halfway up the cylinder there. And we're reading the gauge here, and we're pretty much at 0.08 of a millimeter. So once you get to this point, you get 0.08, and you add that to the 86.95 millimeters that we got, and what you have is a bore of 87.03 millimeters. So now I can go and compare this to the specification for this engine block and see if that's within the tolerances, or if we'll have to bore it out, or if just a hole will get us there. But that's how you use a dial indicator bore gauge to check your cylinder bore.